name is Juan Ramirez. I'm working in Telenor Group, particularly on the global wholesale division, where we look at multiple services for mobile, SMS, roaming, voice, and of course entering into the RCS space. So we have in global wholesale the focus on how we're going to roll that out on a strategic level for on a standardized as possible manner for our own opcos, our business units, and also how we're going to interface the external market, how we deal with aggregators and other neighbor MNOs that we have in our countries as well. And we are here just to find out, to have a really stronger community to share this knowledge and see what's going on. That's true, as you say, RCS has been on the 10 years, I think, on the world of people and constantly failing to succeed. But something that we need to differentiate, as it was mentioned in the conference earlier, is P2P traffic versus A2P. So RCS was brought as a option to compete against OTTs, who were like WhatsApp and the likes, to have this free sharing communication platform, but for people-to-people communication. So it didn't succeed because, of course, there's a lot of implementation needed and collaboration across the all opcos. And it needed to establish absolutely everywhere. You really needed to make it work. And there's no money involved in it. So that's one of the key reasons it failed to succeed. But then when enterprises and brands suddenly they say, we want to reach this enhanced platform, we want to also reduce the use of development and cost for our own apps, because there is also a trend for users to minimize the app usage. You don't want 100 apps or apps that you only use once, like an airline company. You would like just to simplify that channel. And enterprises like that. They like, I don't need to spend on a separate app that is hardly used. If we can focus on this one that provides me most of that functionality, and I'm willing to pay. So suddenly RCS had money reasons to it. So of course then it became like relevant. So then it's just a matter of getting up to speed and setting it up so we can compete, because obviously OTTs will not be sitting quiet. They are obviously trying to get into that space as quick as possible, and we just need to be there as well. Yes, I think one of the things that I'm very devoted to keep in mind on the message to communicate is trust. We need to come up with a solution and a platform that is trustworthy end-to-end, so end users and companies and brands, they know that it's a safe channel, that they will not be affected or being a victim of fraud. Based on that, the remark, we need to work together with ourselves and other community of aggregators and enterprises to ensure that what we are defining together will enable just that. So, of course, it's a bit of a tricky situation because we also need to get in the market and test it. It's a fairly green field. It's not just the same scenario as SMS, because it opens much more wider opportunities to share files, to share content, to share video as well, the voice, and of course that opens for new opportunities of carrier billing to jump, and then those needs to take into consideration of how we're going to make it work. So key aspects for this to work is the principles. If each aggregator and telco and brand working on the same principles, then they could start the channels to connect to each other in that manner and at least try to filter the bad sort of gray spamming or fraud channels from the back to keep that trust goal from the very beginning. And then work like Virgin Trains did as well with Vodafone. Perfect scenario to start a greenfield operations, purely secure, you try, and then Virgin Trains, like other brands, will learn from that experience, how does it work, how does it operate, and then you expand. So we should not, it was mentioned before, like this is more like taking like a World Wide Web, the internet. I think we should be a bit more careful of how open we want that to sort of jump in, because then you will get into this sort of spam or dangerous zones that we would like to control. So we need to take it safe. Well, hopefully by then A2P in Europe will be much more widespread than just Vodafone. That's our obviously interest. Our time to market is essential, because especially coming in Telenor, one of our Nordic opcos, that market is quite aggressive for and hungry for A2P content. The enterprises are jumping all over it. and that's something we need to just get our hands on. We see the career already from Facebook, from WhatsApp, on those likes, that they are just not going to wait for us. So hopefully next year we are more talking about sorting it out, some of the commercial terms, so how we exchange the traffic, and that's a bit more sort of clean, and it will not be hopefully too controversial for some, because what we first need for this to be a success is that everybody needs to jump in. We should actually care a bit more about the revenues a bit later. Let's just get it working. Then the revenues will come, people will trust it, and then don't try to monetize way too early. Otherwise, things will create distrusts. Like, why are you trying to do it? Are you trying to overtake me? Are you in this platform? We need to all be together in the same way. Otherwise, it will not succeed. Yeah.